Thank you to channel member Dennis C99. In May 2024, we learned that England coaches were using AI to help pick their cricket teams. Well, specifically John Lewis and the women's cricket team. And well, we all know how successful that's going in Australia. I think the score is, well, it's currently 12-0 to Australia and it's all going quite badly. So I thought I'd do the ECB the privilege and the honour and save them the time of using AI to pick the men's team that will go to Australia at the end of this year to win the Ashes. If you are new around here, consider subscribing, drop me a like on the video, and please just comment who you think would make your squad to Australia in 24-25 to go down under. So it's been a year really since John Lewis announced the fact that they were using AI to help select their cricket team, and clearly there's been quite a bit of advancement in AI technology since then. So I thought, as I said, I would save the ECB the trouble and pick this or create this squad that goes to Australia to win the Ashes for the first time since, was it 2011, 2012? I think England won the Ashes down in Australia when Chris Tremlett and Graham Swan were doing the sprinkler on the outfield of the MCG. And also, surely AI can't be as bad as watching Rory Burns open the batting again.
Rory Burns on strike. Carey debut. We're set to go.
Let's get it on, Gilly.
Oh, bowling! First ball! The end swinger from Stark. Immediate breakthrough. The roar grows up. Australia can't believe the start they've got away to. And it's all happening at the Gabba.
Anyway, here is the squad that ChatGPT proposed. Firstly, Zach Crawley. Zach Crawley is captain, a dynamic opening batsman known for his aggressive stroke play. Crawley has shown resilience in challenging conditions and has the potential to lead from the front. Doesn't really give a lot away, does it? He did play in 2020, 2021. Came in as a kind of a replacement opener for Burns and Hamid. I think might have opened with both of them whilst our openers were having such a torrid time of it. He's got 166 runs at an average of 27 and a strike rate of 58. Obviously those numbers have improved of late. Don't see a world that he isn't opening the batting at the end of the year. He's not going to be captain though, is he? And opening the batting with him is Ben Duckett. Ben Duckett is a versatile left-handed opener who has demonstrated adaptability across formats. I mean, that's not relevant to the Ashes. Duckett's recent performances against Australia have been promising, including a century in the 2024 ODI series. Again, not even remotely relevant, is it? But yeah, Ben Duckett made pretty much everybody's test team of the year in 2024. He scored over 1,000 runs in the calendar year and undoubtedly will open the batting with Zach Crawley in Australia at the end of this year. Will it be successful, the two of them? Who knows? Who really does know? But that I agree with. ChatGPT, I think, have nailed it. Number 3, Ollie Pope is a technically sound batsman slated for the crucial number 3 position. Pope's ability to anchor the innings will be vital against Australia's formidable bowling attack. Not convinced Ollie Pope's going to be anchoring many innings, but I think it'll be right. I think he will be batting 3 for England. I think he will be the vice-captain as well. He obviously was the standing captain in New Zealand whilst Jamie Smith was on paternity leave and Ollie Robinson had lost his passport and then never got there in time and missed the first test and England went 1-0 up and then they never changed it. But yeah, and despite obviously the impressive performances of Jacob Bethell, I don't see kind of Ollie Pope not being at number 3. Joe Root at number 4. The former captain and veteran batsman brings a wealth of experience. Root has an impressive track record against Australia with multiple centuries, underscoring his ability to perform under pressure. Well, he has got multiple centuries against Australia. None of them are in Australia though. And I did specifically ask ChatGPT to take into account specific stats for performances in Australia, so they've got that completely wrong anyway. Personally, I think Root will be at number 4. Don't think he'll be under any great pressure to go and score that century against Australia, but since it came to the forefront with Darren Lehmann's interview saying that kind of isn't one of the greatest batsmen of the modern era because he hasn't got that century in Australia, it feels like the world and his wife have kind of just piled on a little bit for Joe Root. And possibly that century in Australia will determine for a lot of non-England cricket fans as to whether Joe Root will be one of the greatest cricketers to have played the game in the modern era. Do I think he cares about that? No. Do I think he wants that century in Australia? Probably. I suspect he'd probably want 10 if he got the opportunity in this series. But yeah, still going to be an all-time great in my eyes. Number 5 is Harry Brook. Harry Brook, according to ChatGPT, is a rising star in England's middle order. Brook has showcased his talent with a century against Australia in the 2024 ODI series. His aggressive approach can shift the momentum in England's favour. The thing is, none of them aren't aggressive though, so it's not really going to shift it in our favour. All of them go out there and whack it, so yeah, not sure. But I think the top 6 is nailed on, unless there's an injury, but batters nowadays don't seem to get those injuries that they would have used to have done with the various kind of enhancements in S&C work and vitamins and stretching and all that other good stuff that cricketers do nowadays, rather than just kind of having a smoke and a pint at tea or whatever. What else have I said about him? Yeah, again, I don't, even if Harry Brook had a tough summer, I don't see kind of a drop in form being a likely reason for anybody in this top 6 actually to get dropped out of this team either. It doesn't feel like what this England team do anymore. It's investment. And if somebody has a bad series against India, it's going to have to be really bad, I think, for them to turn around and go, nah, you're completely done. Ben Stokes at number 6. Interestingly, not captain though. ChatGPT does say the talismanic all-rounder and vice-captain, there we go, so Stokes has been ditched from captain to vice-captain. Stokes' heroics are well documented. His match-winning capabilities with both bat and ball make him indispensable, which I completely agree with. But is he actually going to be fit? That's probably the biggest question. It doesn't seem to be a series or a cricket game go by that Ben Stokes doesn't pick up some form of injury. He'll probably be fit to bat. That will be completely fine and will be invaluable as a batter in that team. And I think he will be captain. I don't see Zach Crawley being captain by the end of the year, unless something crazy happens. But so he still have that all-round kind of capability with Stokes as a batter and a captain, an aggressive captain that's gonna really kind of take the fight to Australia. If he can't bowl though, England do lose that bit of balance in that 11. They obviously lose that natural rounder. But if he can't bowl, I still think he plays. And so I do think that top 6 is pretty much nailed on. Number 7 is Jamie Smith, the wicketkeeper. A promising wicketkeeper batsman, Smith offers stability in the lower middle order and has been recognised as a potential future star. One thing I will say about ChatGPT and the AI, it's not very forward thinking, is it? I'm pretty sure everybody's been called a batter for the last at least 3 years, so fix that. Returning from paternity leave, as I've said, he missed that series against New Zealand. I suspect we'll see Jamie Smith with the gloves throughout the entirety of the summer in 2025 for England against India, and I think we've got a test against Zimbabwe as well. He's averaged like 42.5 since his debut in 2024, albeit those test matches, the 6 of them, they came against the West Indies and Sri Lanka, not exactly the toughest opposition in the world right now. But yeah, I think he'll be there. The one thing that England have got, and much like their seamers, but obviously wicketkeepers are slightly less injury prone than the seam bowlers, but we are blessed with an abundance of them, aren't we? I mean, Ben Foakes seems to have fallen off the face of the earth. He doesn't seem to exist anymore in the eyes of the ECB. We had Ollie Robinson, who flew out to New Zealand as cover, never got a game. Durham scores a load of runs. We have Ollie Pope himself in that team at number 3, who went down and kept against New Zealand. Now the bowlers. The bowlers get quite interesting though, because this is where things get funky. I agree with the top 7 entirely with the AI picks. But number 8, we have got Jofl Archer. Known for his express pace and ability to generate bounce, Archer's previous performances against Australia have troubled top-order batters. His fitness will be crucial for England's success, and that is the most important bit. He's back playing white ball cricket for England. He's doing pretty good, to be fair, apart from getting licked by Tilak Verma the other day in the ODI against India. But he's been really clear, hasn't he? He wants to play Test cricket again, which is great. Will his body allow him to play Test cricket again? I have absolutely no idea. He's got the IPL, he's got this white ball tour, he's got a Champions Trophy, he's got the IPL, he'll possibly have some white ball cricket through the summer. Does he play in the 100? I don't know. I don't think he's played in the 100 since that's actually kind of existed, but he wants to play Test cricket again. Does his body allow him to? The fact that Stokes is captain, I think his mate, he will incentivise him to be part of it even more. And look, if Jofl Archer's fit and firing and bowling quick, why would you not take him to Australia as part of this Test team? I don't think I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this one. I'm really not sure. Number 9 is Bryden Carse. Bryden Carse, a fast bowler who has recently led England's attack in New Zealand. Carse's ability to extract movement and maintain pressure makes him a valuable asset. I think Bryden Carse is probably the perfect mould for Australia, isn't he? He's massive and he bowls quick. It's not been quite as impressive of a start to his Test career as his teammate Gus Atkinson. Gus Atkinson's got that Test 100 to his name as well, but it isn't that far behind. He's taken 27 wickets, an average less than 20 for Bryden Carse. And again, I think he will be there. He will be 100% on that team sheet, probably in the opening 11. The thing with these fast bowlers is they are a bit fragile, and there is no guarantee any one of these blokes are going to be fit, and we could be talking about 4 completely different people come December. Number 10, and this one's quite interesting. You'll have noticed there's no Shoaib Bashir so far in this team, and there still isn't, because AI have selected Rayan Ahmed as the spinner in this team, and it goes on to say that a young leg spinning all-rounder, Ahmed provides variety to the bowling attack and has the potential to exploit Australia's spin-friendly conditions. I've watched a few Ashes series in Australia and I don't think any of them have been particularly spin-friendly. Nathan Lyon does well, but it's not exactly like you're turning up in Karachi to play a test match, is it? I wasn't sure about Jofl. I'm even more sure that Rayan Ahmed won't be our first choice spinner in Australia. I don't think he'll be our first choice spinner this summer. And also, if he is going to be there, he sure as hell isn't going to be batting below Jofra Archer and Bryden Carse at number 10, is he? I don't see Rayan Ahmed getting an opportunity between now and the winter, to be honest with you. We only play one spinner at home. Unless something crazy happens, we will only play one spinner at home. He didn't get a game against New Zealand. I don't think he played against Pakistan either in Pakistan. And if he did, he played one test match. It just hasn't really quite worked for Rayan Ahmed with an England test shirt on. Would they take him? Possibly. Possibly they would, just as a bit of variety. But again, I don't know. I don't think so. Number 11, just for that extra little bit of spice and that little bit of banter from AI, is James Anderson. James Anderson, the evergreen swing bowler, continues to defy age with his precision and experience. Anderson's previous tours to Australia have equipped him with invaluable insights into these conditions. And I've said this is just amusing, isn't it? I specifically asked the AI to not include players that have retired from international cricket, just to avoid this. But Jimmy still makes the team. It's genuinely hilarious, and I think the fact that he got forced out of the team and then AI still want him back in there along with a lot of people is just funny. He signed a 1-year contract for Lancs, isn't he, for 2025, and he has said that he wants to play as much cricket as he possibly can in the summer. He won't play Test cricket for England this summer. I'll put my house on that, and I don't think he'll play in the Ashes either. But what I can see is he will take 50 plus wickets for Lancs in Division 2. He will just run around blowing off people's front pads in the Championship. He'll take 50 wickets and it will just be so funny, like watching, listening and hearing all of these people saying that Jimmy should be on the plane to Australia, not as a coach, but as a player. Obviously he'll be going as a coach, so I suppose he'll always be available. Additional squad members, Gus Atkinson, he's part of it according to AI, Jacob Bethel, Ben Folkes as the backup wicketkeeper, Mark Wood as obviously the express paceman as the backup, and then Jack Leach as a second spinner. So there is no Shoaib Bashir at all in AI's squad to go to Australia to win the Ashes. In my opinion, the player that is missing is, of course, Shoaib Bashir. He is England's first choice spinner. He's the one that played in New Zealand. He's the one that's gone to Australia with the England Lions. He'll be the one, I'm sure, that is the starting spinner for England in the summer against India as well. Another potential option would be Sam Cook from Essex. I think he probably is the best seamer in county cricket. Gone to Australia with the Lions, done pretty well too. And I really do hope that he gets an opportunity against, well, Zimbabwe first and then hopefully India in the summer as well. I think the bloke's so good and it would be wild for England not to consider him going forward. And the final one, which is definitely a bit of a wild pick, but I commentated on this guy for Northants last summer, and it's Derbyshire's Harry Moore. He's only 17 years old and he's only played 3 first-class matches. Taken 6 wickets at 23 in Division 2 of the Championship. He can bat a bit too, but the bloke's massive. He's about 6'8". He bowls quick. He swings and seams the ball about, and I'm really excited to see what happens for him this summer for Derbyshire, and potentially could be a real outside pick to go on the plane to Australia. I did also ask AI to predict the series outcome with the team that they've prepared here. And they've gone on to say, considering the strength and depth of both teams, a closely contested series is anticipated. However, with the selected squad's capabilities and strategic planning, England has the potential to secure a 3-2 series win, reclaiming the Ashes on Australian soil. I don't think that will happen, to be honest with you.